Hi.
Hey, I feel like it's been okay. So remind me to tell you a story about the hello goodbye thing, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I feel like it's been eons since we've done this. Has it? Or is it
Yes.
just me?
No, it's been a hot minute since we recorded. Like we pre-recorded, but
Yes. Yeah, we pre-recorded and then we doubled some so that there
yeah.
would be, yeah, okay.
So we haven't we
Oh,
barely have even caught up since you've been
I
back.
know. I know.
So how was your trip? How was your Christmas? I know
Okay.
all of our people are dying to know.
Well, Christmas was spectacular because of course I was on a beach. Let's just say that. Um, how could it go wrong? But oh, it can. Okay. There's some good, bad, and the ugly on this trip. So I started off on my video yesterday saying about the bad, about getting there. There was a whole bunch of bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, long and short of it was fantastic trip. Everything I hoped it would be. When you're taking away your whole family, sometimes drama ensues and sometimes, you don't get along and, there's always something.
Always.
But that really didn't happen. Everybody had a good time. There was no in-house fighting. There was like nothing along those lines, right? But yeah, we had, the food was fantastic, which George and I, we love cruising because you know what? You have so much to do. Um, you have great food to choose from. And yeah, you just get to, I don't know, you just get to experience different places all in one week. And so, yeah, that anyway, it was great. No dinner, cooking. Everybody cooked for us and cleaned for us. And
That would be my
like,
favorite.
sweet, sweet, sweet. Meg, like, she was happy as a pig, and you know what? A trough of it. Um, but yeah, she was happy, just it was a really good trip because otherwise, if we had stayed home, I don't know if it would have been a nice
No,
Christmas.
yeah, I get that.
It's just too much heavy heart and too much. But so, we celebrated Elizabeth while we were away, and you know, but had a great time in between. So it was a good thing. Are you okay?
Yes, I keep hearing
Oh,
her, and I'm trying to figure out if she's once up here.
oh, okay, gotcha. But
It
yeah, how about yours?
was good. We stayed home. The kids came over. I will say though, it was for me, it was a little heavy. Uh because Kyle and Astrid and the new baby weren't here.
Yeah,
Heather and Andrew and the kids weren't here. It was like the first Christmas that I didn't have all my kids here.
yeah,
And man, nobody tells you how hard that is.
yeah, yeah. When
So,
everyone fractures off and does their thing,
yeah.
it's
Like, and we video chatted and stuff like that. So, I still got to see him and talk to him and whatever. But it's
mhm,
definitely not the same. When you have a house full,
yeah,
like if you take away four adults and three kids,
yeah. That's a big
that's
deal.
like seven people that weren't here. So the
Yeah,
games and all of the back and forth, picking and all the stuff that we always do, it wasn't there. It
yeah,
was kind of solemn actually. It was
yeah.
still good. We still had a good time. But it was very different.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. Oh well.
yep. Hopefully next Christmas they'll be able to come down. Excuse me. But we did our
And
usual brunch and breakfast and all of that. So it was still good. It was just different.
um, hubby came home sick.
Oh yeah, how was he feeling?
He's really feeling sick.
Ugh.
So, I love the man to death, but when a man gets sick, I It's like taking care of a newborn.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. He won't do anything I ask him to do.
No.
I told him to get in the hot tub, sweat it out. Told him to get into a hot shower. I don't want to, I'm cold. Go and sweat it out. Get under your blanket, sweat it out. Take some Tylenol for your headache. I just took Tylenol. When? 7 o'clock this morning. Okay, well, it's now 12:02. Take some more. Like, it's like a fight to try and help them. Do you want me to
Hmm.
make you some tea and honey? No, I had a coffee, but the cup was dirty, and so I didn't have anything. I said, do you want tea with honey? I didn't ask you about a dirty cup. So anyway, y'all are probably laughing their guts out at me, but that's okay.
No, but
That's
it's so
okay.
true. So true. I will say Kitty's not as bad when he is sick, but that man, he's gone to work sick. He doesn't really get down the day he had his heart attack. And we're talking about a
Oh,
massive, almost died heart attack.
wow.
He was taking the boat back all by himself, unhooking it, doing all the things, working, and
They're, they're so
you know,
stubborn.
doing, whatever. And it wasn't until he's like, I feel really just super tired. I'm like, then take a nap. And when he woke up from his nap, he was like, I don't feel right. Anyway, and well, it's because he was having a heart attack, but uh so Kenny, when he's now the sniffly, stuffy stuff, yeah. And I think it's more because he's so aggravated by it.
Yeah, and I think that's the same thing.
And it's the high aggravation level,
Yeah,
and they just don't handle that well.
yeah,
Anyway, um, well, I'm sorry.
that's okay.
But you're
This
not
too,
sick, so that's a good
as
thing.
my mother always used to say, this too shall
This
pass.
too shall
I'm
pass. This too shall pass.
not going to dwell on it, but yeah, no, I'm not sick. I mean, could I get it? Yeah, I probably could because Meg's not feeling well, and so it's
But
kind
that's
of
the
going
thing though,
around.
with vacations too, though, they're
It's
exhausting.
so exhausting. And, there was a ship full of kids sneezing and hacking away and coughing, and adults too. Some of them, it's shocking how still in this day and age, people don't know how to cover their mouth when they're coughing.
For
Like, it's
real.
just shocking to me. Um, and on more than one occasions, I've seen people walk out of restrooms without washing their hands. So I carried a packet of Lysol wipes wherever I went. I wiped our table down and my utensils, and like I tried to be as absolute germaphobe as I possibly can without attracting attention to myself.
Look at that lady over
But yeah, no, she's a psycho.
there.
But yeah, I tried. I wiped our room down, and because those room stewards, they don't have much time to clean all those rooms that they're in charge of before everybody gets back on the ship, like
Yeah,
other people,
it's like
right?
on and off.
So I know they, and rightfully so, they probably don't do a fantastic job, right?
Right.
So again, I have my Lysol wipes that I take and I wipe everything down and clean it and make sure that
Oh,
the
so you did
handles.
you did everything you could.
I tried to do the best I could to keep the minimum down, but at the end of the day, when you're walking on a ship full of 3,000 people, you're bound to catch something. Oh, and
That's a lot of people.
hopefully it's just a cold.
All right. Well, it's a good
uh,
thing you can't catch other things just by being around people.
yeah,
God,
but
it's a
yeah,
lot of people. I don't know if I
it
could do
was.
it.
It's a huge ship, though. That's the thing.
I
Now,
know, but oh,
sea days are harder because no one's off the ship, right? When you go to ports, everybody kind of gets off, and if you don't feel like getting off, you have like a whole ship to yourself,
that I would do
literally.
that.
So, yeah, you know what? I think in hindsight, I don't think I would ever do an actual Christmas cruise. We've done Christmas like on a resort.
Hmm.
That's fine. The cruise thing, I think I I could be 110% honest with you guys. It was shocking to me how many families there were
I
that had
know.
like 14 people in their family, like their whole freaking family packed up and went on a cruise. And I'm thinking, how do these people afford it? And then, my son said, yeah, think about it. Mom, half these people are from the States, so it probably doesn't cost them half as much as it does us,
Yeah, because I don't have the plane
which is
fare.
true, right? If they drive
Hmm.
there, then it's like. So yeah, that part's true. So I did not take that into consideration when we booked. I just thought of the let's get away at Christmas, let's. And so yeah, it was a lot more crowded than what we would have liked. Um, Especially showing my sons and their wives, you know, that cruising is great and da 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 da, and then here they're batting off the walls trying to
All
not
the kids.
run into people. So, they enjoyed the time off the ship. I don't know if I mean, my son, they said they liked it. Like they thought it was great. The people, they're a little bit like me. They don't like people. Peopling.
Yeah,
Peopling.
peopling.
Yeah.
Because then you have to be nice and cordial, you know what
Oh,
I'm saying? And I
yeah.
would be exhausted. Like I wouldn't that's
Yeah.
exhausting. Be like, hi, oh, hi. See
But
this right here? I
yeah,
just like
and try to get an elevator. Like, my knee. I can't go up and down the stairs. So I'm sending the family, go, I'll just wait for an elevator. And they're like, no, we don't want to leave you here. I said, I'll meet you up on the 10th floor, da 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 da. And all of them are running up the stairs like they're three. And I'm standing down there waiting for a stupid. Do you think me, like, I mean, I know I'm not a small person, but I couldn't even squeeze into some of these elevators. I had to wait for 3 and 4 elevators before I could get onto one to the 10th floor. Anyway, enough of the sniveling about a wonderful trip. That's not what my intention was. So,
no, but I mean you're
um,
just talking about your
yeah,
experience and
it,
that's real.
yeah, we would not do a Christmas cruise again unless it was on a really smaller ship that wasn't family kind of oriented and whatever.
Like
I think
an adult cruise.
maybe an adult cruise or something like along those lines, but not not the big gigantic ships that have thousands of people. And let me just say this: there are some, and I'm going to say some more than. Uh, okay, how can I say this to word it? More people than not just open their doors to their cabins in the morning and say, "See you guys at dinner," and those kids are running wild on that ship. Like
They
literally. Do you know how much security was on our floor? Because we had the arcade on our floor. I am telling the security that was on that the guy said to me, "There's girls fist fighting here and pulling each other's hairs and like teenagers, kids." So yeah, it
I would
was.
have probably just been like, I'm out, just jumped right off the side of that ship.
And I said to the guy, "Yeah, I think they ran up and down the halls knocking on the doors last night." He goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh my God." He goes, "This." He said, "This is a bad one." So there was a group on there that just were not.
Heathens.
Yeah, absolute heathens, and the parents were nowhere to be found. So that's what bothered me was that you don't have hold of your kids. Check
Yeah,
in with them. If I'm going to the arcade, mom, okay, well then do a random go up to the arcade and see what they're doing, right?
or
Like,
okay, but be back at such and such time, and if you're not, no,
yeah, but that's the thing is the parents weren't even checking on them.
that's
So they're
awful.
running rampant. So they could go back at a
There
certain
could be a
time,
serial killer on that ship. You don't know.
right? Anyway, yeah. That I had a real hard time with because I'm
I would
thinking, you
have.
know what? There was one little kid, we were sitting on the deck pool. He didn't know how to swim. And the lifeguard is like, blowing the whistle and telling him to come out. And I was sitting right there and he's, do you know how to swim? And the little boy goes, no. And he goes, well, where's your parents? And he goes, I don't know. And, the parents were nowhere to be found. Finally, the guy made him put on a life jacket. You need to wear a life jacket if you're going to go swimming then. Like, Where was this little boy's parents?
How old was he?
Oh, I 5, 4 or
What?
5. Yeah, he was little. He was a little wee guy.
Oh, that hurts my heart.
So that's the thing when I look around and I see that, and then the kids that will go to the ice cream station and just ruin the ice cream for everybody.
Yes.
Do you know what they're just out of control. It's I swear to God, and this is what I said to my family at dinner. It's like the parents open the cabin door and say, "Okay, see you at dinner," and that's the end of it. They don't care what the hell they're doing the rest of the trip, the day. It's just wild. So
See, I'm just thinking, oh, really listen to too much true crime, but that would freak me. That is heartbreaking, though.
it's
I
the
feel like that is just so heartbreaking that you're not spending time with your kids, you're not utilizing this time. It's just very sad and
or
an
the mom and dad
indication.
will say, scream into the pool and say, "Okay, we're going to the buffet. We'll see you in a minute," and they're gone, and the kids are just I just yeah, it's beyond me how people can conduct themselves like that.
That is
But I'm going to say something to you
horrible.
right now. The nicest people we met on that cruise were Southern um, African American people. Sweetest, sweet as pie, and they had their kids in hand, man.
Yes, they
They
did. They
like
did.
I was highly impressed, and I thought they never let those kids out of them sight. And when they were misbehaving, that like one little boy's name is Tyrone, and I remember it. And she stood up from her chair and she bellowed, "Tyrone, get your ass over here, boy!" And I swear that kid came running like no tomorrow. And I'm like, man, she's got him. Good for you.
Yes, it's
But you
called
know,
healthy respect.
and and the sweetest people, come on, ma'am, we could squeeze you on, and with that southern drawl they
Yes.
have, and you're good, we got you, and I'm like, oh my God. Meanwhile, the white people are pushing the close button, close, 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 right?
Oh my gosh, that's
Anyway,
funny.
so that was highly impressive to me. But yeah, so that was part of the good bad. Everywhere you go, you're going to get stuff like
Of
that.
course.
So yeah, but that's that. That was my holiday season.
Yay for you, though.
Yeah, it was fun.
I spent a lot of time cleaning and organizing.
You
So,
did.
and I did. I put my camera on this side so everyone can see the hard work behind me.
Yeah.
Don't look over there though. I need like a something to. I haven't got there yet, but so yeah. Part of my 2025 goals. Speaking of,
Oh yeah,
what's our
let's
topic today?
what's our topic today? Do you have a resolution?
No,
Oh. Do you ever do a resolution?
no.
No.
I have goals. I don't
Okay.
do a resolution per se.
But is a
I,
resolution really just a goal?
it is, but I feel like for me personally, and it's a mind thing, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I've set resolutions to do this or to do that, to lose weight, to do whatever. Um, and I fail. I mean, they did just doesn't last. And I feel like
Yeah.
it's because it's a goal without a plan.
Mm. Yeah.
So what I generally do is I have goals, but then I make a plan to achieve those goals. Right. So if I want to say that my 2025 resolution would be is to be more organized and to stay like organized and stay that way. So I'm really looking at what my problem is. Why can I clean and get this get this whole area top notch, clean, but yet I failed to keep it that way. So why? Why is that? So I'm looking at that and formulating a plan so I can
Yeah.
stay organized. I would love to be able to come back at the end of 2025 and be like, okay, look at this. And it still looks that good. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So maybe that's a resolution. I don't know, but it's a goal with a plan.
Yeah.
So I know we're going to be talking about all of that stuff. So our
Yes.
topic today is 2024, what we liked, didn't like, whatever. And then moving into 2025, what does that look like? And it can be, we're going to talk about all facets of our life. So
Buckle,
planning,
buckle up.
crafting. Yep. Y'all might as well just grab a beverage and some snacks because you're going to be here for a while. Go to the bathroom. Pause if you need to pause and come back. But yeah, I mean, I have all facets of and my life looks different in 2025 because Kenny's retired.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So incorporating, you know, all of that into my own, how that affects my goals and all of that. So what you want to talk about first?
Um, okay, well, let's just skim over 2024. It sucked.
Yeah, it
There
was
you
hard.
go. It was a really bad year for us, like my whole family. Um, I looked forward to it every second of every day ending and hoping 2025 is a better year. We lost a lot of loved ones. We gained a daughter-in-law, which was a good thing. We're happy, so happy. Um, and yeah, my you know, people got sick and it was like, anyway, it's hard to go into details of every aspect of every single person, but it was not it was not a good year for
And you flooded?
oh, the flood. Like it was not just losing people, it was the flood. It was the vehicles were breaking down and I mean, right up until the day we left, we
The
had
animals.
the water tank
Yes.
busted and the animals dying and like having to be, like it was one thing. I said to Meg, before we left, I said, maybe we should have someone come in and smudge the house. Like you just, some voodoo doctor or witch hazel or something to come in and just smoke the bad part out. But I'm a firm believer in positivity and taking that into your life. What you believe is what happens in your life, and I tried to tell that to my sons even when they were growing up. Your thoughts impact how you live your life.
Hmm.
It's as simple as that. So if you think you've had a bad day, then your whole day is going to go bad. Oh, just because you had a bad morning. Oh, who cares? It was a morning. Move on. You know what I mean? That's the way you have to look at things. And I do believe when we planned this trip that we were hoping that we're all going into 2025 with a better attitude, a better
Like
outlook.
refreshed.
Yeah. And hopefully that's the plan, Stan. We're hoping. Now, we're not stupid to the fact that shit happens. I don't
Yeah,
care which family you're in. You're not going to have you know,
perfect.
a perfect day, a perfect month, whatever. But I think the heavy negative of what's going on and how it's, oh, poor me, oh, look at us. You know what I mean? It plays havoc on how you live your life.
It
I
does.
fully believe that. So yeah, you just got to move on, and hopefully that's what 2025 is going to do for us. Yeah, the flood was a big. I was other than losing Elizabeth, the flood really did a number on my psyche.
I know. I
So
know.
it was bad.
At one point I was like, I am gonna have to go to Canada. Like, I'm gonna have to go pull my friend off of the ledge. And I
Yeah,
get it though. It was hard for you,
it was really hard.
but you
And
made
so,
it.
but look at us. Look at me now. sitting
You
at my
made it.
desk, chatting on my
Surrounded by your
podcast.
beautiful stuff.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Hey, you
The
love it.
heck?
It's your happy stuff.
I know.
I
What are
see
you
a new
looking?
organizer over there.
Where? This?
Yeah.
Oh, I've had it for ages. Just pulled it out of the cupboard.
Oh, okay.
But I
It's
have
new
to.
to me. I was like, wait, I was looking around at your beautiful stuff. I was like, I
But
have
that's
not seen
a,
that before.
it's a good segue into my 2025. I
Okay.
think so. What's today? The 31st. So tomorrow's the first, right?
Hmm.
So here I go with the nose and
That's
I
okay.
got
I have yawned 7,000 times since we've been on here. It doesn't stop.
um uh so tomorrow I plan on revamping this desk. I'm taking everything off of it. I'm going to revamp it. I can't do much because this is the opening. So
Hmm.
I can't do much with my computers. So I got a computer on this side of me for hubby's work and all that kind of stuff. And this is my computer for my stuff. Okay. Now someone's going to say, why do you need two computers? I don't want to muck his stuff up. And, I'm not computer illiterate in all things, some things, but not, only if I'm taught. But as Steph will attest to, I'm not one to search things out and figure out how to do it and all that kind of stuff.
That's my job.
That's why we have Steph. Um,
That's what I
but
bring to the relationship.
that's right. And so yeah, so I got to figure that situation out. This situation up front of me, it takes up too much of my desk space, so I have to figure that crap out. Um, and then all back there, I have to do something. I have to clean the shelves off because I've got old planner stuff up there, which I don't want up there anymore. I want my new stuff and maybe some room for some junk journals that I have plans to make. So let's stop there and let you chat for a sec.
Okay. 2024. Um, Heather moved. Kyle and Astrid had a baby. Doodlebug got stolen. Um,
I cried that day.
when she was stolen. Yeah, me and you both. Um, God, what else? And then I think it was just normal stuff. Nothing is sticking out to me aside from Doodlebug. That was really hard. Um, Nothing's sticking out. Oh, and my freaking plantar fasciitis. Can we just talk about how
It's so
having
painful.
having fibromyalgia is hard enough? Okay, because I'm in constant pain anyway, but it's pain that I've become very accustomed to, and
Mhm.
so I've learned how to function to the best of my ability through that pain.
Yeah,
Plantar fasciitis, y'all, if anybody ever tells you that's what they have, you need to worship the ground that they walk on if they can walk. It feels like someone has you know what a railroad spike is? You know, those long, yeah, nails that they use for railroads, um, that they put into heat and then have hammered it through the heel of my foot.
yeah,
That's what it feels like.
I
I
know.
could barely walk, and it was incredibly painful to do so. So I did go to podiatrist and all of this, and then I had to go to a junk journal retreat, and I could barely walk. It was awful. So that right there, and I'm still it's doesn't go away. I mean, for some
No,
people it does. My best friend had it, and
mine
she
went away,
this is
but
not going away. And so I'm gonna go back to the doctor after the first of the year and be like, okay, is there something else? Like, can we it's just so much.
there
Um,
is exercises you could do. I went for physio on it because I was starting to walk on my tippy toes because I didn't want to put my whole foot down. So
yes.
it was on my left side. So I was walking on my tippy toe. And I said to the doctor, she goes, okay, I think this is what you have. Go to physio. So I went to physio. They did me some exercises with elastic band.
Yes.
So it pulls the foot
Mm-hmm.
like this.
And I have a
And
stretch boot for that. So I have a boot
yeah,
that I put on and it like stretches it. There's exercises where I like stand on the stair and do the thing.
yes.
And then there's a couch one. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
So I do those. I do the exercises and it is still like there are days when it's okay. Like I notice the pain, but I have a very high pain tolerance. So it's like okay, that it's painful, but I can carry on with life. And
Yeah.
there's other days I'm just like I'm not walking.
I'm not walking.
Not
I'm out.
walking, not moving, like I can't.
Yeah.
Um so other than that, my 2024 was okay. um Business did really well, so I am very happy with that. Business is doing uh well, well enough to where I'm starting to plan my own retreat, but that's a 2025 thing, so we'll talk about that 2025.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm pretty good about 2024. It wasn't nothing, there was no tragedies.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Doodlebug getting stolen was very hard. I don't consider that a tragedy. um I've experienced tragedies and that just
Yeah.
doesn't fit the tragedy list.
No, it's sad, but and it's a loss for sure.
Yes.
But you're
But
right.
I
It's
do
not.
have I do have a new baby.
Hmm.
I'll try to see if she's in the windowsill. She's not. She might be. She likes to lay in my basket of sari silk.
Oh,
It's a very comfy place for her. But her name is Lacey May. And she is solid gray. And I know y'all see she was on the live last night.
she was. She made an appearance.
She did. She was laying clean on that desk. So that's my new baby. And it's so funny as I didn't plan it that way. I didn't even realize it till after the fact, but I got her to the day 3 months after Doodlebug disappeared.
Yeah.
But I was ready. Kitty calls it my support cat, but I do need that. I need
Yeah.
something to love and be right
Yeah.
there. So,
Yeah,
um,
100%.
so that's it. That's 2024.
Nice.
So we can talk about
Okay.
2025. Dun, dun,
2025.
dun, dun, which starts tomorrow. It is so crazy.
I can't
I
even believe
lose
it.
track of time so easy, like so easy.
So will you be okay, so when does this post? Will it be posting on
It posts tomorrow, New
Okay,
Year's
good.
Day.
Okay.
Yeah, New Year's Day. So this will post tomorrow morning.
Nice.
So what are your plans for
So,
2025?
okay, so first I want to say publicly, going into 2025, is I'm so grateful for our friendship, Steph. And I
Aw.
know you know that, but honestly, friends, if you don't know, Steph does all this podcast stuff. Like I show up, throw out an idea here and there, crack a joke now and then, but she does all the behind the scenes stuff. Like I am so blessed to be able to call her my friend. It is beyond recognition. So thank you for all that you do.
You're welcome. That's why you can't fall off ledges when things happen.
Oh no, no.
Well, I too am very grateful for our friendship.
Even though you
Uh,
don't bring anything to the table.
you bring me joy and happiness. You bring a lot to me. You're my person because
Awesome.
we're very, very similar in a lot of ways, but we're different enough to where we're
Yeah.
not bored with each other. Um, but I know I can tell you things and you're just like, yeah, I get that. Whereas I feel like if I tell other people, they would look at me like I was six shades of
Oh,
crazy.
no, and then I get it and then I forget it. So
Right?
that's
You're the best friend ever.
the epitome of a best friend.
Let me
You
tell
can
you all
tell
these
them things
secrets.
and then she'll forget about it.
And that's great. That's so funny. I cannot get the desk level right. Okay. Because when I bend down for any reason, I move a lot. Lorie is great. She is on this podcast and she's just like, okay, I am here for it. and I'll just scratch my nose. I'm like,
Oh, what are you talking about?
I
I'm
move
usually
so
I'm usually
much.
like this.
I never just sit in one place. I rearrange myself. I put my feet up. I put my feet down. I like do the hokey pokey while I'm sitting here on this podcast.
But I'll tell you something about that. A long time I heard. Okay, here's I'm going to go back and tell you a story. So there was a person. I can't even remember how I knew this person. But this person was constantly in motion, even while sitting. So their leg was going, their hand was going, something was moving. Okay. I found out many years after that from a doctor that if you're trying to lose weight, that's the best thing to do is to, even if you're sitting, keep moving because you're something inside is you're moving. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I do. And I thought I maybe for younger people, I don't know, but I am forever moving because I have restless leg syndrome.
Yeah.
So my leg all the time. Like when you meet me in person, you will be incredibly shocked at how I am never still. That's why I have to stop touching my desk because if I do this and I'm my legs going up and down.
See, and the opposite to that is you're going to come to me and you're going to go, "Are you all right, Lorie? You haven't moved in 20 minutes."
Doing okay there?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
But I'm very my body itself is very restless.
Mhm.
But yeah, I my legs constant and sometimes it's way worse. Like I take medication, but I can't take it until nighttime. Otherwise I can't
Yeah.
sleep.
And for the life of me, I can't remember what the doctor said. I don't know if it was metabolism or what it was, but it was something that if you're moving, the person, you're shaking of the leg or whatever you're doing, it something to do with keeping in motion
Okay, well, I'm
inside.
gonna look it
I
up.
don't know. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. Not right now,
No,
because
I was gonna say.
I'm learning not to do research in the middle of our podcast unless it is podcast related. Um, but I'm gonna write it down because I'll forget.
Well, we could put it in the description so y'all can read it. What the theory is on that. There is something to it, and I can't remember. It was a long time ago. But
And they probably
any,
debunked it by now.
oh, probably.
Be like, no, that's not
They probably
accurate.
put some psychosis to it. Like you're certifiable if you do that.
Oh, that would make a way more sense for
Right?
me. That's funny. So if you see me looking down, I'm writing things down that pop into my head, or they will be gone.
Yes.
So I have to do that. I may not be researching, but I do have to write down things that pop into my head pertaining to our podcast. So 2025,
Yeah.
planning goals go.
Like as far as my planners,
Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, whatever it is. Your
well,
planners, videos.
hmm, I think my planner lineup per se is going to be the same because it worked for me last year to a certain degree. I might tweak a few things. I don't know. I'm thinking my wellness planner might go a little bit different this coming year, only because I want to see I struggle because either I want to start a gratitude journal, what I'm grateful for that day. Now, do I want that to be part of my wellness planner? Just have a sheet put in, or do you know what I mean? Make it a part of that whole thing, or do I want to add another place to go for that? I don't know. Because the gratitude part is part of the how I want to go into 2025 with, you know,
The grateful
recognizing
part.
recognizing the good things that have happened, the, not so much in my creative journal where I write down, oh, today sucked and da da da. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be part of that.
Right.
But then I think to myself, shouldn't it be? So I even though even though I don't want to add a different planner, and it's not really different, I'll show you. It's this. See this? So it's like a creative journal. So it's all just dot grid.
Hmm.
So I could have one for my creative journal for, everything,
All thoughts and
all
feelings.
thoughts and feelings, and then one for
Just
just
gratitude.
gratitude. Quotes, poem, maybe, that kind of stuff. So that's what I was thinking. And then I thought, okay, should that be part of my wellness planner? Should that, anyway, those are the things I'm thinking about in regards to that. My catch all, my um, social media has changed a little bit. It's gone from a big to classic size dashboard. And so that's going to change a little bit. And with that, that's going to, I'm thinking of adding some sheets in there to keep track of certain. I'm really bad at, here's another thing I want to do. So I want to post more in other groups, Facebook. I want to post more reels, all that kind of stuff to get myself out there because people that have YouTube channels, yourself who has a business, I don't have a business, but I have a YouTube channel. And I keep thinking, okay, I want it to grow, and oh, why isn't it growing? And that, but I'm not putting myself out there at all.
The effort.
I'm really not.
Yeah, I
Like,
get that.
other than doing the videos, I don't post anything on Instagram other than my story that to say, hey, my video posted tonight. But even my Facebook groups, I'm not utilizing to the best of my ability. So I want to pour my heart and soul into those this year. And I'm yeah, I've got some ideas for that. But overall, I my presence in my planners and my YouTube and all that kind of stuff, I want to amp it up. So that's the goal for 2025. You know, we'll see how that works. Because I'm not, contrary to what people might think, I'm a very shy person. So to put my face out there in a reel or to put my face out on there for whatever, mm,
I don't think you have to though.
I
I
don't I
think
don't
like you can not do your face necessarily, but you could just walk around wherever you are. Like even if you're
mhm.
in Dollar Tree or whatever, you could
Yeah.
always pop on showing what you're finding and put that
Yeah.
up. But it's still personal, but you don't have to
Yeah.
show your face.
Yeah. So that's the plan for 2025 going forward. And that's the same thing with, different aspects. I want to I want to create more junk journals, even though, you know, uh, see how that goes. Because I don't know anyone caught the last thing that I made. It was like, that was a shit show like no
I am
other.
still trying to figure out the whole paper thing. Like that has befuddled me
I,
since we talked about it after the
yeah,
video.
yeah, it did not go according to plan.
Now the material I know, and it's funny. I went to Joann's yesterday to because Lisa told me they had some really pretty fabric on clearance. So I was like, well, let me go see. Um, but I have to feel it now. Like I have to feel the fabric
Hmm.
and hold it up to the light because there are just certain fabrics that are not good. They're
Right,
just not good at all for gluing down on journals.
right.
So, although I did find a solution
Eh,
for that.
oh, did you? Because I have to figure that out. That's one thing I have to figure
I'm
out.
gonna try it first. So in my mind, it's a perfect solution, but I'm gonna try it because I do have some creepy crawly fabric that I'm gonna play with and see how
Creepy
well it
crawly?
works.
What's that mean?
It's so you know how like your cotton, it just kind of stays there, right? Like if I put it down, the creepy crawly material, I'm sure it's made of cotton also, but it's more, it's not slippery.
Is
But
it
you
like
know,
the
if
one that is it like the one that I made my thing from?
kind of like you know how if you put something down and it kind of just slides, it can slide off the
Yeah.
table.
See, that's this. But that's why I picked this material because it was so thin. It was like I thought, okay, well, that's not going to be cumbersome. It's not going to be whatever. But
but you can
Yeah,
see all the
it's
glue through it.
yeah, in certain spots, not in every
I
spot.
know, but you can't control that. Like I
No.
don't know how to control that anyway. Anyway, I think I have a solution. I'm going to play with it and see if it is a solution. Then I'm going to do a
Yes.
video. Yeah,
Right there. Some here. And that's the back. But anyway, yeah, that's I
that's
don't
that. Um, my 2025 planner lineup. I have a big for the retreat, and mainly because there's so many papers that come in for that that are regular letter size that I need to punch and put in there. So, and I already had a big, so I have a big for that. Um, my business planner is the same old wore out because I just print the sheets off of I go to Squared Plans on Etsy and download her
yeah, she's got good stuff there.
uh and print out what I want.
Yeah.
So, and I've been using the same everything. Um, and that's a classic. And I use the list. It used to be called the monthly, but it's just the
Oh,
ones that has the list, the dots, because
yeah.
that's what I use for my business. Um, and then for my main everything planner, and I used to try to separate things out. I cannot. It's Archer and Olive,
Oh yeah.
and I just because I create my own. So in here I have we're gonna play show and tell. So this is all my important dates,
Yeah.
and then I have a whole year overview. So if
Did
I
you
just
draw all that?
yeah,
Oh, look at you.
but it's dot grid, so I just know how many dots, and I just like draw trace around the. And I don't. Sometimes I use a ruler if it's a big thing, but most of the time I'm just tracing the dots. And
Yeah.
if it's a little wiggly, wiggly and wobbly, I don't care. So I do have all of that, and then I have my quarterly in there. So this is quarter one. Um, Then I did January, so that's my which I don't have filled out yet. That is a goal for today.
Yeah.
And then I also kind of cheat. So this is Patreon, but I already have it like on the computer, so I print it out and just stick it on there. I'm not going to redraw that. I have YouTube, and then this is my social media. So what I'm going to put, and then that is the places. So
Yeah.
Facebook group page, that kind of thing. Um, and then things to post. So I have like, and then this is my weekly, and I'm gonna go and do hourly. So I created little hour strips
Yeah.
and things that have a time, because I'm telling you, my brain cannot, like, I know that we record at 11 or 11 my time, 12 your
Yeah.
time, every Tuesday. Okay. I
Yeah.
I know this. But if I am like looking, if I don't have it written down in a time slot, then I'm putting other stuff too close to it, either before or after.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna do that.
See, my thing is it's not the hour, it's the day. I lose track of days.
Oh, me too. But
I,
also in that day, there's certain like things that are time specific.
yeah.
Anyway, that's just
Yeah.
one of the things I'm trying. But that's why I like doing this myself, because I only have through January. So
Hmm.
halfway through January, I will look at this and be like, okay, this worked, that didn't. And then
Hmm.
February, I can revamp it.
Right.
To me,
Yeah.
this is creating the perfect planner for me. So, and the
Sounds
only reason
good.
I'm showing this is because everybody knows what a classic happy planner looks like.
That's
This
true.
is a little different,
Yeah.
and how I do that. So I have that, and then I have the other planner that is not even set up yet because I don't know what I'm doing yet. And that's where I want to keep everything that I want to keep for a year. Basically
Hmm.
like stats, YouTube, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's not as important to me right now as this other stuff is. So I haven't even fooled with it. Not at all. So that's my planner. I may do a wellness, but I may do my wellness. So I have this is just like my journaling and different things that I have going on personal life, like is in here. So Bible
Yeah.
study. I do have a place for health stuff. Um, so I don't know.
Yeah. See, I say wellness because, and I've said this on my videos before. I'm not, you know, this coming January, I will be 64 years old. So am I going to the gym and pounding the weights and no, that's not the wellness I'm talking about. When I talk about wellness, I talk about my self-care, my walking. I do a little few stretches down the basement in my son's gym. He's got, so I do a little bit here and there. I did try to amp it up before I left to go on vacation, and my life just got in the way. I couldn't go out. Like, I wanted to go to the track and do my walk. I wanted to,
Hmm.
you know, and life just got in the way. I couldn't, December was just way too busy for me to even think about
Oh
adding
yeah.
anything. So that was kind of an epic fail. So yeah, so come January, I'm going to do a little bit of the same, but I might incorporate a few things different. I would like to try and add a menu, so to speak, of good snacks versus, you know,
Your cheesies.
my cheesies that I'm eating right now. But I do want to, because, uh, you know, I want to incorporate smoothies back in.
Oh
This time
yeah.
last year, I did a lot of smoothies and I really enjoyed that. Um, so, I, I have tried intermittent fasting and it really works for me because I don't know if you remember, maybe this time last year, I was inexplicitly, or what's the word I'm thinking of? I can't remember, but not really sure why I was losing weight. Remember, I was
Oh
losing it,
yeah, yeah.
and now there was a little scare that I thought maybe that could be the reason. But all of a sudden it stopped. So that stopped. And um, during that time, the doctor said to me, Lorie, what you're doing is you sounds to me like you're actually intermittent fasting and you don't realize it because I don't eat anything until almost 2 in the afternoon. So once I eat, then I'm not really hungry for dinner. So I'll eat lighter. So she said, what you're explaining to me is that you're losing weight because you're not eating from morning, noon, night, and
Hmm.
having snacks in
You're just
between,
doing it
and
a certain
you're just doing a
period.
certain period. So saying that, I might try that again. So we'll see. That's I don't know. That's the kind of I'm trying to think in my head what other plan I want to make, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll see.
See, as far as I've gotten with that is I need to, because all the research I've done, and I can, food and eating, that's a given. Like it
Yeah,
just is. Okay. What goes in, if it's not coming out, it stays. Okay. So if I'm just eating and sitting, then I'm just gonna get bigger, and that's just the way that goes. It's the way that is. My health issues are not having a routine and a schedule,
yeah,
staying up so late, sleeping in or getting up early and not, you know what I'm saying? It is so whacked out, and I have terrible sleep anyway. But is that because I don't have a routine? Probably so. So I am working on that. I got some hot cocoa mix, but it has like magnesium and thiamine and all of this really good stuff that is supposed to help with that. So I've been drinking hot cocoa for the last 2 nights. And I like that. It's like a wind down,
Yeah.
right? So I'm not doing it at my desk. I'm shutting everything down. I go make my hot cocoa. I sit in the living room and play with the cat, relaxing kind of thing, and then go upstairs and get ready for bed.
And that's a good thing because even with the kids, when you were getting them ready for bed, they'd have a bath, then you had read a story, and then, you know what I mean?
Yes.
There was that routine of the wind down, so to speak, that makes you ready for bed. Do you
Yes.
know what? Yeah.
No phone in the bed. Um, Now the first night I did that, I went to bed at 10:30. I tossed and turned and laid there until 2:30 in the morning.
Oh,
Um, Now I do have my Kindle, but it's dark. You know what I'm saying? Like in dark mode, so it's not bright. So I'm
yeah.
thinking if instead of laying there tossing and turning, if I read, but it's down low. So that those are little things I'm changing. I have a alarm set on my phone to turn it off, like to
Hmm.
shut down the office. So last night after my live, and I took pictures and I uploaded everything on YouTube or whatever, and then I left. Went and made my hot cocoa, did the things, and I slept
Yeah.
better last night. Um, but Kenny was also home, so I wonder if
Yeah. I wonder if
that
that
makes a
gave you a little.
difference,
Yeah.
because I went to bed before he did, but just knowing that he was there, like, I don't know, psychologically probably makes a difference.
Yeah.
Um, so that is my health goals. Okay, this thing is getting on my nerves. It catches on my desk. Uh, I do need to move more. So I do
Yeah.
have it to where I'm getting on the rowing machine because with my planters, the walking is not an option. Like I can't say I'm going to go for a walk every day
Hmm.
because I may not be able to walk. But on the rowing machine, I don't have to, my feet aren't pounding.
Hmm.
So, incorporating the rowing machine in the mornings because I can't exercise at night, I'll never go to sleep.
No.
Because that when I that like, woo, my body's like, let's go. And I can't exercise at night. So I can't do
Hmm.
that. So everything is in the morning time. Nighttime has to be quiet, wind down, nothing, nothing extraordinaire. So health wise, that's what I'm working on. And the only other thing that I was going to talk about for my 2025 is really same with you, social media. I have got to, first of all, I suck at promoting myself. I could, if you had a business, I would promote you sun up, sundown.
Yeah.
But myself, and here's the thing, it's not that I have a problem promoting myself, it's all the work that goes into that, right? So like I cleaned off these two shelves this last weekend. Now, do you think I took before pictures? No.
No.
I totally should have taken before pictures and after pictures because that is great content for people who are like, how do you organize your stuff? How do you organize your craft room? Those are in the line of work that I'm in, those are very
Yeah.
big things. Didn't take, no, because I just, problem number one is I very rarely ever plan these things.
Hmm.
I will get a hair and be like, okay, this is what I'm doing, and just jump in and go. Like I am
Yeah.
the jump in the deep end and get it done. Um, so planning, doing stuff like that, posting pictures, taking pictures, answering questions, being more involved.
Hmm.
It's a lot though. I do have a business and I'm the only person that does every single thing for this business. So much. Um, I am looking for a social media person, like someone who can just do the posting and maybe a little bit of creating, but mostly just posting the pictures and doing the descriptions and making, you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So I am kind of looking for someone like that because I have product, I have so much. Uh, but being more organized, literally planning everything, every single thing. taking pictures, posting, taking pictures, posting. Um, and the retreat. That is the other big 2025 thing, is I'm planning a junk journal retreat.
Yeah, that's fun.
I am so excited, but that's like a whole nother job all by itself,
Oh yeah.
on top of all the other stuff that I do.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I don't right now have every single thing on a calendar planned what to do,
Yeah.
I'm
Well, you
gonna
definitely,
lose my mind.
like I said, you have to surround yourself with people that you know are going to be legitimately there to help.
Yes.
And
And I do have a
uh,
good team.
yeah.
So I do have a good team for the retreat. Um, so what else? Clean, organize, and stay that way. Oh, so I was going to talk about that organization and cleaning. So for me, I've realized that if any organization I do, it has to be easy for something to put back. I can't have things stacked on top of each other. If I need something from a bottom box,
Mm-hmm.
that bottom box will get pulled out because I need something, and then it will stay on the floor or on a desk or on a shelf or somewhere where it doesn't belong, because I don't want to have to take all the other stuff so I can put that back. So I can't, my organization can't be stacked.
See, and my problem is I could put it away. I just won't put it in a place of where it should be. I'll just put it away. And then out of sight, out of mind. I don't know where that is anymore.
Yes.
Where's that pretty paper I was working with? I don't
I
know.
don't
It's
know.
under 14 piles of scrapbook paper.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's my problem, is not having a specific place to put it back to. So when I go to use
Yes.
that again, oh, I know I need to go to my stamp section. I need to go to my, you know what I mean? Oh, no, no. No, it's in buckets. Buckets
That's what
everywhere.
I did, but that's what I did the last couple of days.
Yeah.
First of all, I cleaned out all my scrapbook paper. I
Yeah.
went from four of those cubbies full of scrapbook paper to one and a half.
Hmm.
All of my wood stamps are up at the top. So all my wood stamps are up there. And then my
Hmm.
cling stamps are actually in a container, but it doesn't have a lid. And they're all stacked this way, so I can flip through and find the ones that I want, and
Yeah.
then I can just put it back. Now, I thought about, oh, let me separate them into what kind they are. I'm never
Hmm.
going to put that back like that. So they're not. I can just flip through, get what I want. Same thing with my embossing folders, flip through. So all of that to say is that everything now has a place, and
Right.
it's all by itself in that place. I don't have to move stuff to get to it or move stuff to put it back.
Yeah.
Oh, that has helped so, so, so much.
Well,
And it looks so pretty.
it does look pretty, actually.
I even put flowers. Like I already had the flowers in here. I didn't go get flowers for it, but oh, that's so funny. So that's what I'm doing. My goals, my stuff. Um, oh, perfect organization.
What?
Ornament boxes.
Oh, yes, you showed me.
Okay, I went and got another one yesterday for all
Oh,
my
did you
napkins.
really?
For all my napkins.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because then I can just take the napkins and put them in the spots where the ornaments go. The cool thing about the ornament box that I got, it has the cardboard dividers. So you don't have to put all the dividers in there.
Hmm.
Like you can make it to where it's like a big section or a smaller section. Because that's
Right.
what I put all of my big lace in. And it all fit and it's all organized and it has its each little section. So it's not folded up on top of each other. Again, if I can't see it, I'm not going to use
Hmm.
it. If it's sitting on
Yeah.
top of something, it's just not going to happen. So I went and got another ornament box yesterday for all my napkins.
Nice.
And don't judge me that I have enough napkins to fill a freaking ornament box, okay? A three-tier ornament box at that.
Oh my gosh.
I
Okay, so that brings up another subject. And oh wow, yeah, see? So the subject is overbuying stuff that we think we're going to need and not using what we have. So that is a big issue. And I personally, I struggle with that at times. Like I'll like I am so attracted to scrapbook paper
Hmm.
that I will go and get scrapbook paper out the wazoo just because I like it.
I know.
And right now, I'm addicted to double-sided anything. Okay. But do I use it all the time? No. So I think that's why I enjoyed the altered composition notebooks because, oh, I can finally use all my scrapbook paper. But I don't make enough of those to
I was
go through
gonna
all
say
the scrap,
you would have to
right?
make so many notebooks. You'd be
Right.
overflowed with notebooks.
100%. And the same thing with the junk journal. So then you go, okay, well, I need some junk journal stuff because I haven't done that in years. So now,
You buy
you
all
know,
the things.
I have to go and get, you know, I don't know, can't even think of the stupid washi tape and the this and the, all that kind of stuff.
Beads and lace and tassels
But
and
there's, I see some that buy, but I don't see them make anything with it. And
yeah,
that I feel bad about because you have to, I do try to make stuff. So
there's a balance.
I'm going to give myself a little bit of credit that I do try to make stuff with what I do have. So,
But
you
you're
know,
also finding what makes you happy because
hmm
you've been out of the junk journaling for a while, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
now you're just trying to figure out what is my style, what do I like, what do I not like,
hmm
what do I need versus what do I not. And that's a trial and error thing.
yeah,
I was the same way as you with scrapbook paper. So I literally sat here one night and went through every piece of scrapbook paper. And if I didn't like it, I'm not going to use it. Why am I keeping it? Yeah, I tore paper pads apart. Now I kept what I liked out of the paper pad and then I got rid of the rest because I'm never going to use it. I
yeah,
don't like it. So why am I keeping it?
hmm
And that's how I ended up downsizing. But saying that, I now know for me personally what I like and what I don't like. So if I see a paper pad, if I don't like at the very least, 50% of that paper pad, I'm probably not going to buy it because now I'm stuck with 50% of the paper that I'm never going to use.
hmm yeah,
And just making those choices. But I have decided 2025 is the year that I do use up all of my stuff. If I go treasure hunting, there are things that I'm looking specifically for, and that's all I'm going to buy. I don't
hmm
give three figs if it is free. I don't have space.
yeah,
That's another thing is I have more stuff than I have space to keep. So how am I going to keep it organized
yeah,
if it's just piled everywhere? Like we were
hmm
talking the other day, the difference between hoarding and collecting. It's like I'm on that cusp, man, of
yeah.
hoarding. And that's why it's
Well,
important to go through
I
your
can
stuff.
still walk around my room from my desk to my bed, so I'm not a hoarder yet.
No,
It's when
you're
I
a
have to,
collector.
it's when half my bed's covered in craft book stuff and my I can't get to the chair and I'm tripping over, then that's hoarding, I think. Well, that's how I'm going to decipher it.
Yeah, for me, hoarding is keeping stuff just because you have it.
Hmm
If it's not bringing you joy, if you're not going to use it, let someone else enjoy it. Let someone
hmm
else, you know what I'm saying? Donate it. Um, I'm going to take some of the scrapbook paper for the event, for the retreat. But I think I'm going to take some of that scrapbook paper and some of the other craft supplies that I know I'm never going to use. And
hmm
I'm going to take them to the nursing home down the street because they do arts and crafts. You know what I'm saying? So let somebody else enjoy these things.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm not gonna some
yeah,
of that paper. I'm sorry, but some of that paper is just butt ugly.
yeah,
It's in a
yeah.
beautiful paper pad. I bought the paper pad because I like the paper like I saw. But then when you're flipping through, you're like, how does that how does that even match? Like, what is that even doing in here? So it's definitely going to be the year of clean out, clean up, organize, get it together.
Yeah.
Because then I think my time management will be better because I don't have to search and dig and hunt for stuff.
See, and
I
I
know
think that's
exactly where it
why
is.
that's why I want to clean this desk thoroughly off and reorganize it a little because I'm finding like I don't even have room to do anything. Like literally it's just this space and it's
Hmm.
driving me. I've got so much stuff to here. This is clean compared to what it usually is. Usually it's piled high.
Yeah, stack.
Okay?
Hmm.
And I can't function like that.
It's
I,
hard.
I'll look for something and I can't find it, and then I get pissy because I can't find it, and then, you know, I need to figure all that stuff out. So there we go. That's, you know, 2025 is going to be a big year for us.
It is. It's gonna be a lot of work though.
A
I
lot
ain't
of busy.
lying. It
Yeah.
took me just to clean and organize those two shelves right there. No,
Hmm.
it's a lot of stuff. Like that's a lot of
Yeah.
shelves, okay? And I had them like full. It took me what, 4 days?
Yeah.
And I have boxes of scrapbook paper to
Yeah.
go through for the retreat and then give away to I
Hmm.
am going to take a lot of the supplies that I don't use and I am going to donate them to the nursing
Yeah.
home because I already contacted them and asked them if they needed that stuff. So
Very
that's what I'm
nice.
doing.
That's sweet.
Because I could take it to Goodwill or whatever and have other people buy it, or I can, because nursing homes and stuff like that, they don't have endless money. It's not like they can
No.
just go buy, a bunch of stuff like that. And for most places, that's frivolous. It's not
Yeah.
necessary.
Yeah.
So if I can bring some joy, that's what I'm gonna do.
There you go. That's lovely.
That's the only thing. My only saving grace, my only redeeming quality right there. I do have a a big place in my heart for the elderly.
Yeah.
And that was mom and my
Hmm.
grandmother, as they got older, realizing how so their life is so different
Yeah.
and how much they really rely on the kindness of others.
It's true.
So uh I want to be that. That's all I got. Yep.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.